Richest man in the world is living small. Elon Musk has revealed he's living in a 375 square foot foldable home built by a company called Boxable.
Have you been seeing those wild claims about Elon Musk launching a Tesla tiny house for under $8,000? You know what? Your gut feeling that something seems off might actually be right. For weeks, social media has been flooded with videos claiming Elon Musk just unveiled a $7,999 Tesla tiny house that promises to change how we live, eco-friendly, self-sustaining, and practically free. But is this revolutionary housing project real, or just another viral illusion built on clever marketing and AI-generated hype? Let me tell you the real story behind these viral rumors that have been flooding the internet. And trust me, what you discover today might just save you from falling into a clever trap. The viral sensation that fooled millions. Social media exploded recently with posts claiming Tesla released an affordable tiny house. These posts showed futuristic homes with sleek designs and unbelievable price tags ranging from $5,000 to $15,000. The images looked stunning, almost too good to be true, and that's because they actually were. These viral posts have racked up millions of views across Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. People started sharing them with friends and family, excited about the possibility of affordable housing from the world's richest man. The comment sections filled with thousands of people asking where they could pre-order or how they could get on a waiting list. What makes this situation particularly interesting is how these posts use emotional triggers. They promise solutions to real problems like housing affordability, climate change, and the dream of sustainable living. The storytelling taps into our desire for innovation and hope, making us want to believe that someone like Elon Musk could actually solve the housing crisis with one genius product. Here's where things get really fascinating and a little bit scary. Those incredible images you've been seeing aren't real photographs. They're AI-generated images created by content farms trying to grab your attention and monetize your clicks. Fact-checking organizations like PolitiFact and Lead Stories have investigated these claims thoroughly. When you look closely at these images, you start noticing weird details. Some houses don't have windshield wipers in vehicle versions. Faces in promotional photos look distorted. Roof tiles appear warped or unrealistic. The Tesla logo gets slapped onto designs that clearly didn't come from Tesla's design language. Research teams at the University of Bern have analyzed these images using detection tools. The results consistently show substantial evidence of AI manipulation. These aren't leaked product photos or official announcements. They're manufactured content designed to generate engagement, drive traffic to websites, and potentially set up scam operations targeting hopeful buyers. What Tesla actually did in 2017. Now, let's talk about what Tesla really created. Back in 2017, Tesla actually did build something called the Tesla Tiny House, but it wasn't what you think. This was a mobile demonstration unit created specifically for a marketing tour across Australia. The Tesla Tiny House measured about 20 feet long, 7 feet wide, and 13 feet tall. It featured a 2-kilowatt solar system with 6 panels mounted on the roof, plus a Tesla Powerwall battery for energy storage. The exterior was clad in locally sourced, sustainable timber without chemical treatments, showing Tesla's commitment to environmental responsibility. Here's the crucial part that scammers conveniently forget to mention. This tiny house was never for sale. It was a mobile showroom towed by a Tesla Model X to various Australian cities, including Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, and Adelaide. Inside, visitors could use design configurators to calculate their home energy needs and customize solar panel systems for their actual houses. The tiny house demonstrated Tesla's energy products like solar panels and Powerwall batteries, not a housing product itself. The confusion around Tesla tiny houses got amplified when people learned about Elon Musk's own housing choices. In 2021, Musk made headlines by announcing he sold most of his real estate portfolio and was living in a modest home near SpaceX's facility in Boca Chica, Texas. Musk confirmed on social media that he was living in a house worth around $50,000. Later revelations showed this was actually a boxable casita, a prefabricated home made by a Las Vegas-based startup called Boxable. This is a completely separate company with no official connection to Tesla or ownership by Elon Musk. The Boxable casita measures 375 square feet and comes as a folded unit that can be transported on a truck and set up in about an hour. Musk later clarified his living arrangements further, explaining that he owns a Boxable casita prototype that he sometimes uses as a guest house, but his primary residence is actually a different small home he purchased for around $45,000. The distinction matters because people started assuming anything Musk lived in must be a Tesla product. Meet Boxable, the real innovative company. Let's give credit where credit is actually due. Boxable is the company behind the prefabricated housing innovation that caught Elon Musk's attention. Founded by Paolo and Galliano Tiramani, Boxable aims to solve the housing crisis through mass production of affordable, durable homes. The Boxable casita uses innovative construction materials including steel, concrete, and EPS foam, instead of traditional wood framing and drywall. The walls are made with magnesium oxide panels that resist fire, mold, water damage, and insects far better than conventional materials. These homes can withstand hurricane-force winds, heavy snow loads, and even flooding because they drain water like a water shoe. The genius of Boxable's design is its foldability. The entire house compresses down to 8.5 feet wide for transport, meeting standard road regulations. Once it arrives at your site, a crane unfolds it into a full-sized home in approximately 1 hour. The unit weighs about 13,000 pounds and comes fully finished inside with appliances, fixtures, lighting, and everything ready for immediate occupancy. The starting price is approximately $50,000, which is substantially more affordable than traditional home construction. The price game, from reality to fantasy. Here's where we need to address the elephant in the room. Those viral posts claiming prices of $7,000, $10,000, or $15,000. Complete fabrication. No legitimate tiny house company offers a fully equipped, move-in ready home at those prices. The actual Boxable casita costs around $50,000 for the base unit. That price doesn't include land, foundation preparation, utility connections, delivery fees, or setup costs. When you factor in everything needed to actually live in one of these homes, you're looking at an investment closer to $70,000 to $80,000 depending on your location and specific requirements. Even Boxable's production capacity creates challenges. Their factory currently produces only about 2 homes per day, with a maximum annual output of around 400 units. They have billions of dollars in pre-orders, meaning waiting lists stretch far into the future. Some customers have requested refunds due to uncertain delivery timelines and extended wait periods. For comparison, other legitimate prefab tiny home companies like Nestron offer models starting around $60,000 for their Cube 2 design. Quality prefabricated housing exists, but expecting a fully functional, sustainable smart home for under $10,000 defies basic economics of materials, labor, and manufacturing. The scammer's playbook exposed. To understand how these scams thrive, we need to look closely at how they're structured. It often begins with eye-catching AI-generated images showing modern, futuristic homes that seem straight out of a Tesla design lab. The visuals look convincing enough to trigger excitement: a sleek, solar-powered house, minimalist design, and a price tag that feels too good to be true. These images are then shared across massive social media pages, each using exaggerated headlines that promise groundbreaking innovation and affordable luxury for everyone. As these posts start circulating, engagement farming takes over. The scammers use clever tactics to manipulate algorithms, urging viewers to like, share, or comment for a chance to win early access or reserve a home before prices go up. Each interaction gives their fake posts more reach, pushing the scam in front of thousands of new people. Some of these accounts are rebranded multiple times, with names and profile pictures constantly changed to stay one step ahead of detection. Once they gain your trust, the operation shifts to the next stage, collecting personal information. Victims are often directed to official-looking websites filled with stolen Tesla branding, fake testimonials, and countdown timers designed to pressure quick decisions. Here, users are asked to submit emails, phone numbers, or payment details, believing they're securing their spot for an upcoming Tesla housing project. In other cases, scammers demand a small reservation fee or processing deposit to access a priority waiting list. These amounts might seem harmless, often under $100, but when multiplied by thousands of victims worldwide, they generate huge profits for the fraudsters. The most elaborate schemes go even further, creating fake builder identities with photos, social media pages, and glowing reviews presenting the illusion of legitimacy. Eventually, after the money is collected, the entire operation vanishes, the pages are deleted, websites go offline, and contact numbers stop working. By the time victims realize they've been deceived, the scammers have already moved on to their next viral setup, leaving behind only screenshots, fake promises, and a trail of disappointment. What Tesla could do with housing. Let's engage in some honest speculation about what Tesla could actually accomplish if they decided to enter the housing market. Tesla possesses incredible manufacturing expertise, supply chain management, and integrated energy technology that could genuinely revolutionize residential construction. A hypothetical Tesla house would likely feature their signature solar roof tiles instead of traditional solar panels. These tiles look like normal roofing materials while generating electricity, providing both protection and power generation. Integration with Powerwall battery systems would enable complete energy independence and backup power during outages. The realistic price point for a Tesla-branded tiny home would probably fall between $150,000 and $300,000. This positions it in the premium tiny house market rather than budget housing. Tesla has never competed on price alone. They focus on technology, performance, and sustainability, even when products cost more than alternatives. Tesla's smart home integration could include automated climate control that learns your preferences, over-the-air software updates, adding new features over time, and seamless connectivity with Tesla vehicles for unified energy management. The home might even serve as a charging station and backup power source for your electric car. However, no official announcements or development timelines exist for any Tesla housing products. If you're genuinely interested in tiny house living, several legitimate companies offer real products you can actually purchase today. Let's explore some options that won't leave you scammed or disappointed. Boxable remains one of the most innovative choices despite long waiting lists. Their casita provides 375 square feet of well-designed living space with full amenities. The modular design allows connecting multiple units for larger configurations. Energy efficiency comes built in through superior insulation and sealed construction. Nestron offers another modern option with their Cube series of prefab homes. These units feature contemporary designs with smart home technology integration. Prices start around $60,000, and their homes arrive fully furnished with built-in furniture and appliances. Manufacturing happens overseas with shipping to your location. Traditional tiny house builders across America create custom homes starting around $20,000 to $30,000 for basic models. Companies like Tumbleweed, Tiny Heirloom, and New Frontier offer various designs on wheels or permanent foundations. These companies have track records, customer reviews, and physical locations you can visit before committing. The bigger picture: housing innovation and hope. This whole situation reveals something important about our collective desire for affordable, sustainable housing solutions. The reason these scams work is because they tap into a real crisis. Housing costs have skyrocketed while wages stagnate, leaving millions struggling to afford decent homes. Elon Musk's minimalist lifestyle choices sparked conversations about whether we really need massive houses and excess consumption. His connection to Boxable, even though it's not a Tesla product, brought attention to prefab housing as a legitimate alternative to traditional construction. This increased awareness benefits the entire industry. Real innovation is happening in sustainable housing. Companies are developing better materials, more efficient manufacturing processes, and designs that reduce environmental impact. Modular construction, passive house standards, and integrated renewable energy systems are becoming more accessible. The technology exists to build better homes for less money than traditional methods. What we need is patient optimism combined with skeptical thinking. Support legitimate companies working on housing solutions, but verify claims before believing or sharing them. Question prices that seem too good to be true. Check official company websites rather than trusting social media posts. The housing crisis requires real solutions, not viral misinformation. How to verify housing claims and avoid scams. Protecting yourself from tiny house scams requires developing some basic verification skills. Start by checking official company websites directly, rather than clicking links in social media posts or emails. Legitimate businesses have professional websites with complete contact information, physical addresses, and detailed product specifications. Use reverse image search on Google to trace where photos originated. Upload suspicious images to see if they appear elsewhere online or get flagged as AI-generated content. Tools like truemedia.org can analyze images for signs of AI manipulation or deepfake technology. Look for red flags in communication. Scammers often use American names but have accents that don't match, make grammatical errors common to non-native speakers, or pressure you to act quickly before you can think carefully. They avoid video calls or in-person meetings, claiming to be traveling or at remote locations. Research company history and customer reviews across multiple platforms. Check the Better Business Bureau, consumer protection websites, and social media for complaints or warnings. If a company only has glowing reviews without any negative feedback, that itself is suspicious. Real businesses have occasional dissatisfied customers who leave honest reviews. Never send money via wire transfer, cryptocurrency, or other irreversible payment methods to companies you haven't thoroughly researched. Use credit cards with fraud protection when possible. If someone promises a free tiny house giveaway in exchange for likes and shares, recognize it as engagement farming rather than a legitimate offer. The future of affordable, sustainable housing. Despite all the misinformation floating around, genuine progress is being made toward more affordable and sustainable housing. Understanding the real trends helps separate hype from meaningful innovation that could actually improve lives. Modular and prefabricated construction continues advancing in quality and efficiency. Factories can build homes with tighter quality control than traditional on-site construction. Waste gets minimized through precise material cutting and reuse. Weather delays don't slow production when building happens indoors. These advantages translate to lower costs and faster delivery times. Material science is revolutionizing building components. Magnesium oxide panels, structural insulated panels, and advanced composites outperform traditional materials in durability, insulation, and environmental impact. 3D printed homes show promise for reducing labor costs, though the technology still needs refinement before reaching mainstream adoption. Integrated renewable energy systems make off-grid living increasingly practical. Solar panels have dropped dramatically in price over the past decade. Battery storage costs continue falling, making energy independence affordable for more people. Smart home technology optimizes energy usage, further reducing utility costs and environmental footprint. Taking action. Your next steps. If this investigation has inspired you to explore legitimate tiny house options, approach your journey with informed enthusiasm. Start by clarifying your actual needs, budget, and timeline rather than getting swept up in viral excitement. Research zoning laws and building codes in your desired location. Many areas have minimum square footage requirements or restrictions on tiny houses, particularly those on wheels. Some communities embrace tiny house villages, while others prohibit them entirely. Understanding legal requirements prevents expensive mistakes and disappointment. Visit tiny house shows and tours to see different models in person. Photos and videos never capture the true feel of a space. You need to experience the layout, ceiling height, and functionality yourself. Talk to current tiny house owners about their real experiences, both positive and negative. Learn from their lessons before making your own investment. Create a comprehensive budget including not just the house purchase but also land acquisition, foundation or parking space, utility connections, insurance, property taxes, and ongoing maintenance. Many people underestimate total costs and face financial stress. Proper planning ensures your tiny house dream enhances your life rather than becoming a burden. Connect with legitimate tiny house builders, tour their facilities if possible, and ask detailed questions about materials, construction processes, warranty coverage, and customer support. A reputable company welcomes scrutiny and provides transparent information. They won't pressure you or make unrealistic promises. So there you have it, the complete truth about those Tesla tiny house rumors flooding your social media feeds. Tesla never announced a $7,000 house or any house at all for sale. The so-called Tesla tiny house from 2017 was simply a clever marketing exhibit designed to showcase Tesla's energy products, not a real housing project. Elon Musk's only tie to the concept comes from owning a prototype unit by another company, Boxer, which he reportedly uses as a guest house. The takeaway goes far beyond debunking this single rumor. It's about staying alert in a world overflowing with digital misinformation. When something feels too perfect or impossibly affordable, pause and verify before believing or sharing. Genuine progress in affordable, sustainable housing is happening through real innovators like Boxable, Nestron, and other tiny home manufacturers. But it's rooted in engineering and economics, not viral fantasy. What's your take on this whole situation? Have you come across those flashy Tesla tiny house ads promising free land, zero taxes, and a dream home for just a few $1,000s? Did any of them ever make you pause or almost win you over for a moment? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might help someone else avoid falling for the same trap.